Hi, guys. Today I wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind for quite a while, um, over 10 years. Um, well, maybe not quite that long, but the original event that happened was 10 years ago. Um, the NFL. Um, I've actually called the NFL office and discussed this with someone who called himself Joe. Said he was uh, a former NFL official. Um, he totally disagreed with what I said, but recently the NFL has totally turned that decision around. They've actually said that what I was saying to him on the phone was true. What really got me going on this was actually, it started before the Dez Bryant catch, which they are now calling a catch. That was a no-brainer. But it happened before. The problem isn't what the players are doing. The problem is that the NFL is ignoring part of the rules to establish different rules that don't make sense. And that particular one that I'm talking about is the rule that when a runner goes down out of bounds, if he loses control of the ball out of bounds, it's not a catch. Makes absolutely no sense. It is a universally understood rule that the game is played on a big rectangle. All play is inside this rectangle. Now, on the outside of this rectangle is a big white line. That's the boundaries. This game does have boundaries. Not only does the field have boundaries, but the rules have boundaries. The rule I'm talking about, the boundary of that rule is the boundary on the field. A catch is required to be in bounds. So the performance of the player must occur in bounds to be a catch. Anything that happens on that out of bounds is irrelevant. When the player is out of bounds, the play's over. Doesn't matter if he drops the ball. Now, you can say, yes, they changed that rule. They can't change that rule. It's a natural rule of the game. Inbounds is a vital part of the game. The proof of that is the rule that a player knocked out of bounds on a kick has to come back in bounds. He can't continue out of bounds because running out of bounds on that play is illegal because he's out of bounds. He's no longer in the play. That should also be applied to the receiver that loses control of the ball after he hits the ground, out of bounds. The other part of this same rule suggests that a receiver has to maintain his upright position. Now, where'd they get this? I'm not sure, because it's not something that came from the rules. A receiver does not have to be upright to catch the ball. You can be on your knees. You can be on your back like Antonio Freeman. When he caught that ball for the Packers, he was on his back. He got up and made a touchdown. That's proof that they don't have to maintain their footing. what the rules require is that both feet touch the ground or any other part of the body touches the ground. In bounds. In bounds is the most important part of this rule because it's maintaining the establishment of the play taking place inside the boundaries. Okay, that makes the ruling of the Dez Bryant catch as incomplete totally invalid. That's why they reversed their decision that it was a completion. Dez Bryant caught that ball in his left hand, never lost control until you see him lose it at the goal line. He's already taken 3 steps at that point, traveled 8 yards. Now, if you want to say that's not a football move, or what they call a football move, because it has something to do with him falling to the ground, which isn't required, we've already established that, then there actually isn't a rule, a element of the game that requires a receiver to stay on his feet. No football move. The original version of the definition of a catch doesn't say you have to do anything after you have control and your feet on the ground. It wasn't until the 1940s that they came up with this idea that you had to have some type of football move or some element of time after you had your feet on the ground and control. That was totally eliminated from the rules for a reason. That reason is it's illogical. The receiver is in bounds, both feet on the ground, control of the ball. That's a catch. That's the entire definition of a catch. Until the NFL came and messed that up. The actual admission of this is Dean Blandino's speech that he gave up on stage. I wish I had it recorded, but I don't. And he admits the NFL has lost sight of what the definition of a catch is. That was when they started thinking about changing the rules. Other than the point when Gene Steratore came in and called Calvin Johnson's catch, his touchdown catch that won them the game against the Bears, called it an incompletion. Any way you look at that catch, that play, it's a catch. It was called a catch and a touchdown when it happened. That official that called the touchdown when it happened is the only one on that field that did the right thing that day. Gene Steratore screwed everything up. And if you watch the replay of that play, you can hear the announcers talking about a meeting that Gene Steratore had before the game with team officials. I believe they said team officials, that has to do something with the process of the catch. The process of the catch is control in both hands or an arm, 2 feet down or any other part of the body down besides the feet or a hand, besides the hand, in bounds. That's it. That's the entire process of the catch. You don't have to turn around. You don't have to move at all. You can be on your knees and just, I got the ball. Give it up right there. You don't have to make any type of football move to be a catch. The idea that you have to do something more than what was originally set in the rules is absurd. And the idea that what happens out of bounds on the play is absurd. Other than the fact that you can't do things out of bounds that are considered part of the play. That's admitted by the NFL. Like the runner running out of bounds instead of coming back in bounds. That's illegal. Why? Because he's out of bounds. I know I get real excited with this because it's something that I've been arguing for since the Dez catch in 2015. They turned that around. That's on the same argument that I have. It's the reason they turned it around. Now, I can give you another example. What is his name? The New York Giants receiver. He's still playing today. Can't remember his name. Mine's gotten away from me. But anyway, he made a catch in the end zone. Took 3 steps. Then went down on a knee, out of bounds. Then went down. Sterling Shepard was his name. Still his name. They called that incomplete. He was way out of bounds. He'd been out of bounds before he lost control of the ball. Plus he took 3 steps inbounds. That defies even the changes that the illogical changes that they made in the rules. Defies all them as to being a catch. But yeah, I sound like I'm crazy. This stuff has made me crazy. It's not what the players are doing that makes this wrong. The players are performing their job. It's the way the NFL ignores the inbounds. The fact that the boundaries are being considered in making a catch. And for some reason they decided that a receiver has to stay upright for some reason. They don't. The definition of a catch doesn't require them to stay upright. They've changed it to that, yes. But that's totally illogical. It has nothing to do with catching the ball. That only has to do with the reason they dropped the ball after they fell. That's not part of the catch. The NFL has to own up to this. I get upset about this because they've ruined games. They've ruined people's careers. Dez Bryant would be playing right now if it wasn't for that. That's part of the reason Dez Bryant left the game. He's got that commercial. You seen the Uber commercial? Uber Eats commercial where he catches the bag? Says that was a catch. Didn't drop it. Notice the book he's reading, Catch 88. I thought that's hilarious. Anyway, I'm getting way out there. I just think that people need to talk to the NFL, talk to people that work in that industry to get the officials to understand that they've screwed the game up with these illogical additions to the rules. Rules that were taken out before because they were illogical, they reversed them. That's why we're having problems with the games and with the officials. That's the reason my girlfriend won't watch a game. She totally ignores the NFL now because of the stupid stuff the referees do. Corruption is what it's called. I get too excited about this. It's kind of the same way with the Sasquatch situation, but which is the reason I have the hair and the beard. The reason I've got this is because I'm wanting them to see that we are a lot like them. They avoid us for some reason that we don't know, other than the fact that they're a apex predator. The reasoning they avoid us is not known to us, and that's one of the things I need to figure out, get them to tell me about. And if you go back, if you go back in my YouTube history, you'll see the arguments that I've got with the NFL. You'll also see the things that I found in other researchers' videos. And I think the NFL videos come somewhat to the end of those before I started going out to the woods. I say other researchers. I don't consider myself researchers. I don't consider myself a researcher. The only research I've ever done was looking up a place to go to where they would most likely be. And I found that on day one. Didn't know it, but I got one on video within 2 minutes of turning my camera on. But anyway, go back and look at those NFL videos. They may do a little better explaining the point. I'm not a very good communicator. I wish I was. I just got this huge anxiety problem that gets in the way, but that's beside the point. That's my issue. That's about all I needed to say at this point. Wanted to give y'all a little update that I won't be going back to the woods again until April 4th. It's been 18 months since I've been out there. It's going to be almost 2 years by the time I get out there. Part of that is my heart. I've got a badly damaged heart, and I've got another heart cath scheduled for Monday, the 15th. But I'm sure they'll fix my problems in that, and no need to worry. See, I just wish I was a better communicator, because my mind just goes blank. And it's not something that it's because of my age. It's been going on for years. It's the anxiety that causes it. But anyway, I am going to be going out making other videos, but not videoing my work that I'm doing. I will update my work with a video. I don't want them to be afraid of the camera. I'm not taking my gun out there either. I'm taking it in my truck, I'm leaving it in my truck, and I'm leaving the camera in my truck. But I'm going in there empty-handed, basically, except for the chair and something to eat or drink. And I'm going to sit there with them because I know where they're sleeping. Got 2 videos that shows where they're sleeping. Now, if you play these 2 videos at normal speed, you're not going to see them. I didn't see them. Didn't see them when I watched the videos. Didn't see them when I was out there. But when you look at these videos frame by frame, you see them. That's unquestionable. There's other videos that they're in too, but they're a little harder to see. Well, I've babbled enough. I want to thank everybody for watching my videos. I don't make any money off of these. I used to be monetized, but YouTube changed the rules to where you have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to be monetized. I hadn't got a third of that. Well, I've got a little over a third of that now. Made all of $22.17, I think it is, that I never got. They just took that away. Not worried about that though. My point's not to make money. My point is to document. And I just wanted to get this NFL thing off my chest too, because I seem to be obsessing about it lately. So, thank you for watching. Y'all have a good week. I know I will.